Okay, we're doing something for the first time in some time, I think. Let me go to my channel. Videos. Live now. Alright. There's going to be some delays. I am going to be playing for just a couple of hours, I think. We now have YouTube streaming again. Aircast has solved the issues temporarily. Now, there are other options that may come up that I may implement. We'll see. But, alright. Yeah, the base computer wants to send me on another mission, which I'm not interested in doing right now. So, let me... yesterday, one of the things I did was followed Procedural Traveler's example and did a fair amount of planting and such to get, well, actually not planting, cooking to end up with nanites. So now I'm up to 27,000 nanites. Still only 1.2 million or billion units. I'm going to have to build that up. I'll add more, or another 150 million perhaps later today after I stop the streaming. And 245,000 or 2 million or 2,450 quicksilver. All right. Let's see who, if anybody, is ready to come in from their missions. Fleet Command Online. Calibrating Fleet Command, etc. Debrief Commander. He's ready to come back. So, 1,500 light year, or almost, well, 1,500 light years. Got some chloride lattice. This was industrial. This was a level 3, so remember, activated emerald units. Aronium. And semiconductor. Alright, so, welcome back. We had an exploration mission. 3 explorers and a supply vessel. Oh, he's still out on mission. How long do we expect this to take yet? Okay. Oh, he'll be done in a few minutes. So, okay, we'll let him be. And this was our balanced mission. And we ended up with 2 traders on the balanced mission because I ran out of industrial. I think that's going to be the case on both balanced missions. They're both fairly short, level 2s. Okay, we got some fusion accelerant units. So fusion accelerant and units. Million units is always not bad. Alright. This was our other balanced mission. Again, no industrialist. Debrief Commander. We got some units, more units. Magna Gold. Okay. Debrief the commander. Got some activated cadmium. Salvaged frigate module, alright. Herox. Units. Okay. So, dispose, let's go ahead and now to dispose of the or of what was received. Alright, that will sell. Activated emerald is going into storage. Activated cadmium is going into storage. Reason why is I have found that activated emerald and activated cadmium are useful for doing repairs to starships if I decide or if I find one that I really want. Alright, that's going into storage because we can make use of it. This is going into storage for the same reason. I don't believe we need any of the other stuff here, so let's organize it all to get sold. Unless, oh, there's iridescent, that's, yeah. I'm looking for ability to make either iridescite or geodes, or geodesites. Neither of them in this case, so we'll sell all of this. I've got a fair stock of most of that in storage already, just don't need more. Alright. Magna Gold, Red Lattice, hang on to the plutonium, the walker, brains, antimatter, silver, uranium, Herox, alright. And I have enough. Well, let's go see what status or updates are. We may have bumped somebody up to an S. Don't think so. I think A is the largest we've got at this, or highest we've got at this point. But okay, we've got some more A's though. We are now up to 6. We've got 3, 9. So 12 plus 2, 4, another 6. So 18 B class frigates now, and 6 C class. So they are all getting up or getting upgrades. Soon as this last one is done with that one mission, or 1 minute and 40 seconds mission, we'll go receive them, and then we'll get everybody back out again. Hey, some plutonium. Or platinum, sorry. So that's what platinum looks like rendered close up. I don't think I ever see it that close. And we've got a circling horde of people trying to sell us stuff. Buy stuff from us. Alright, 15 seconds. That should be good for us to get back there. And we might even get a pop-up saying that, yes, mission completed. Preparing final approach. Alright. Debrief the commander. Yay, I've got 2 of 3. Wonderful. Wonder if I'm missing YouTube stuff. Okay. Gravitino ball, albumin pearls, units, discovery data, units, venom sac, units, jeez. I'm sorry, units, activated copper, fusion accelerant, Gravitino balls. Okay, so we get a lot of good stuff, but let's see. That goes into storage. That goes into storage. 2 of you go here. You go there. All right. Unload these. All right. And one of the quality of life enhancements that I see is that I'm no longer running around with my flashlight on. All right. Well, I could get that. Okay. As I understand it, these give you access to the red, green, and blue stellar systems. These give you added range. Arguably, these should not be under here. They should be their own line, but somebody decided to organize them that way. And I am not immediately worried about getting one of these. I'm going to worry about that. For this I need indium, which I've got. Need 12. Unfortunately, I'm going to need 12 just to get to it, even if I never install it. At least I'm never going to install it on this starship. Alright. Navigator, what have you got for me today? Gra, interloper captain. There is fresh gallery available for the fleet. I have charted new expedition routes. Prepare for triumph. Alright. So, get another level 3 industrial. Let's send out... Wait a minute, before I do that, we've got a trade discovery balanced. We got 2 balanced again. I'd really like to get a truly, let's do these as truly balanced expeditions. So we're going to need, but we'll do it from the bottom up. So we'll grab the support guy, who hasn't gotten a lot, industrial, exploration, in combat, and we'll have them all led by a trade. Okay. Let's do the same thing for here. Combat, support, trade, industrial, exploration. And send those guys out. Alright. Let's get a trade expedition going. I've lost 2 of my 6 traders, so I've only got 4, but that's fine. They are going to need a support specialist. And we'll go with the highest of the supports for him, which is an 11. Alright. I don't believe I've got any mind control units. Nope, out of mind controls. Alright. Voyage of Discovery. Again, I've got 4 explorers now. And we'll send out the highest rated support person or unit with them. Get 7, 5, and 6. 7 it is. Okay. And we've got an industrial expedition. So, industrial, 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 industrial. And do we have a support with a higher than 7? Nope. Could send out a combat of 13, but I think I'm going to just go with this. Alright, everybody's out on a mission. Speaking of missions, let's go get some, or see if we can pick up some quicksilver. Now, if you're joining me fresh... Oh, wait. I've got some stuff to sell, don't I? And a place to sell it on. Hey, I've got some stuff for you. Let's see. Got some of these. Some of this. Oh yeah, some of this too. You, I presume, would appreciate some of these. Yep, I think that's it. Let me check. Yep, that's it. I'm putting this in storage. Once I get upstairs. Nice little fighter. B-24. It's medium size. Alright, I'm playing this not networked, so not expecting to see a lot of network chat or network involvement as far as other players. But it also means I don't get harassed to have somebody else join me before I start missions. Scrouge Clinting. Hunt dangerous pirates. War Piper. Fact. Yeah. Sure, we can do this. Alright, I'm going to go over, stand next to my starship in for just a couple of minutes while I take a quick break and go use the restroom. Still haven't figured out if that spinning hexagon and the flying robot beside it are at all related. I think they might be. Alright, I'm back. As a reminder, this is not a children-friendly channel. There may be children watching, and as a result, I do not expect to be doing a lot of cursing and swearing and stuff, but I do not know that, and that is not the intent of this channel. The intent of this channel is me sharing the joy of playing a game that is rated T for teen, and hoping that you enjoy some of the experience with me. So, alright, let's call in those pirates.
Hostile ships approaching.
Over here, huh? Yeah, they're not defeated. Okay, round one done.
Hostile ships defeated. Hostile ships approaching. Hostile ships defeated.
That was kind of a waste. Alright. Only one quicksilver mission? Yeah, well, complete this mission. So I did warp hypercore. Okay, what have we got? We have no more quicksilver missions available. Factory override, wiring loom, nip buds, and holographic. None of those appear or are all that fascinating to me. How much? And I've only got 2,700, and I need 3,000 at least, if not 3,200. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not getting the visage. Yeah, I need 3,000. Also not all that fascinated with the first spawn battle mask. I understand and appreciate that others like it. It's probably not the Eye of the Carvax helmet either. Maybe later we'll unlock these gestures. Alright. So, I'm not going to get any of that stuff right now. And yeah, let's change perspective again. We'll come up here and say hello to the good friends. Gemini and Esperus. Hello, Gemini. Yep. Good to see you. Hello, Esperus. We do. Enjoy. Have a great day. Don't think I've got anything for you, Helios, but willing to stop by and say hi. If I do have something you need, well, there's some stuff on planets. Yeah, I'm not really expecting much from you, but yeah, 75 is better than none. Get nothing for you, and you don't have any food prepped. I mean, I don't think you're going to be all that satisfied with carbon nanotubes. I've got the quicksilver for stuff, but don't really need anything in here. I think we're good. Alright. Now I think we do the boring stuff. Back to the freighter, grab the empty hauler. So I think it's empty. pick up some oxygen and process it, and then sell the results. This is the empty hauler. At least it should be empty. Yep. Alright. Castle Netio. Well, it's a little interesting. I'm not getting all the feedback as far as who all's watching, which is not entirely unexpected. YouTube, well, basically I'm going through 3 different systems at least. So basically I've got the YouTube chat in one window, Twitch in a separate window. I've got a window that should be aggregating them and transmitting things back and forth, which is Restream. But it's not. That's also feeding into my Discord channel. So my Discord channel should be seeing everything that's showing up in YouTube and such. But I'm not seeing it there. So, try to figure out how to keep track of what all's going on. Yeah, Restream is not seeing my Discord or my YouTube channel for some reason. Sorry if I missed you, F-22 Eagle, or you left when I had to go use the restroom. It is the way things are, I suppose. Alright. This goes into the Starship 2. Now, let's bring over from storage some chlorine. And I'm basically going to break it down into 1,000. And yes, it would be really nice if I could just set a break limit of 1,000 and let it distribute out. But not so much. I was hoping that I'd have more than just one quicksilver mission tonight, but just had the one. Maybe I can go back and find another one later. We'll see. And this dialog saying computer online archives available needs to be fixed. I don't mind that it's there. I mind that it's still there. I could probably get it to go away by getting out of this or out of the inventory management, but I'm managing my inventory. Alright, this will be the last move here, and then we can probably say goodbye to the blue bar saying that I've got a archive available on the computer. Because I don't. It's just going to tell me that it's figured out coordinates for a new location where more archives may be available. Which is fine. Just not what I'm doing right now. There we go. Finally it went away. Alright. Oxygen. Chlorine, go. Oxygen, chlorine, go. Oxygen, chlorine, go.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Alright. And this refiner is going to be running a little low, a little short, because I've got just over half the volume of oxygen that I've been putting in the others. The chlorine I'm not too worried about. That'll be fine. Now I could put another 1,000 oxygen in, or wait until it's about to run out and pull what's in there. We'll see. Hey, it sounds like a good plan. I probably should go make food too. But that would interrupt my play. So sort of the idea here is a nook where I could sit and talk to people in VR. Somebody could kick off the sphere maker. Okay. So, probably a bug that needs to be fixed. Sphere Maker shouldn't allow you to initiate creation of a new sphere if there's a sphere sitting in it. At least that's kind of my view on the matter.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Yeah. So all these are ending up with 317 left over in the chlorine bin. The last one's going to have 316. Now, trade goods. I suspect my concern with trade goods is simply ignorance of some other gaming feature. I'm thinking that if I'm in a trading system, all of the trade goods should be available from all of the different production systems. And people would buy or sell them into the trading system or from the trading system to take someplace else. Just kind of my take on it. And the existing trade rings that we've got, 2 of them, where you go from, or you can take things from one and go to another system and another system, and it's either a ring of 4 systems or a ring of 3 systems. That seems to me to be kind of flaky, limiting. I'd kind of like to see a little bit more flexibility. So a manufacturing economy shouldn't be just manufacturing for one other economy. It should be manufacturing for multiple economies. Power very probably isn't just needed by one other economy. It's probably needed by multiple economies. I mean, you're going to have people who need power for the things they buy that are manufactured. There should be luxury goods available pretty much on any system where it makes sense to have luxury goods. Wealthy economies should be the target of luxury goods. Things like that. But then I didn't put the game together, and that might be a problem that's outside of the scope of what the developers were willing to try to work with. Hey. I think that's actually one of the features that the game designers may or may not have had in mind when they came up with it. It's a chair. I should be able to sit in it, not just spin it. I'm trying to remember. My first save, I thought I'd lost one of the starships that I had picked up initially because it was a long time before I ended up with the freighter. And the so I had picked up a hauler that needed a lot of work, but among other things, I didn't have the resources to build the everything it needed to get it off the ground. So I left it and then never could find it again. And somebody pointed out when I chatted with somewhere about it, or when I was looking online for information about lost starships, that yeah, you get that back when you've got your freighter, or if you repaired it enough that you can call it to you, which apparently I couldn't do, or when I thought I could, was places where you can't call a freighter to you or call anything to you in any case. It's like you can't call a starship to you when you're on a trading platform or in a space station. Okay, it looks like my other computer is going through a reboot. So I'm guessing that Windows updated. Yep, Windows is updating. Fortunately, I'm not playing on that one today. $3,000 oxygen. Okay, let's drop that into the starship.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Still shy of what everybody else has, but that's fine. This next go around, I should be able to top it up with even more. %. They don't appear to be affected by the storm. Which might be something for them to look at fixing in the future. But now that I've got Aircast app able to at least feed my stream into YouTube, I may start doing more streaming of the Windows side as well. Basically as the Windows Fresh Starts variety type stuff. There's been some speculation as to what the next platform No Man's Sky will be available on, and Nintendo Switch is a possibility, I suspect. I don't know if anybody's looking at just putting it on Mac OS. I would be surprised. The three major console systems to consider right now are PS4, PS5, Xbox, and Xbox Scarlet, which I don't have either Xbox or Scarlet, Scarlet not being out. PS5 isn't out either. And the Nintendo Switch. I do not know if Nintendo's going to do another standard console variety or not, where I consider Switch to be a semi-mobile platform. Somebody has suggested a Android or iOS app that would allow you to do things like manage resources in your freighter. Or take care of things like sending out frigates on missions and moving things into various inventories, possibly even sell things. I kind of like the idea, but I'm not sure if it would be considered a new platform or not. And while I wouldn't be able to make use of the iOS stuff, the Android I could, or platform or stuff, I don't see any problem with. So B45.7 hauler. Yeah, I hear tales of people buying starships on the space station to scrap them immediately. Okay. Welcome. I've got a second person on now from on Twitch. And just so everybody's up to date, I am playing on PS4, streaming a teen-rated game. So no children are expected, but that doesn't mean I advocate for loose language. I try not to be abusive in my language in any way. So because even though this channel is not specifically looking for to interact with children, consider something should be very reasonably safe for children. Granted, I think that what I'm doing is probably one of the more boring things that a child could watch. But I imagine as well that there are, I mean, if you're an adult and you're watching this, you are. Hey, welcome Golden Royce. My apologies if I botched your name. I'm looking at a screen across, or much further away than it should be. Garden Rose, hello. That's okay. I do have the PC as well, and will be playing it from time to time, but right now I'm doing mostly fresh start level stuff on the PC. Let me finish up this round. There we go.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Yeah, I can see comments in the YouTube chat. However, for some reason, YouTube chat is not filtering over to my Restream chat. And Restream chat is filling my Discord, but it doesn't seem to be, for some reason I'm getting just 2 out of the 3 links in, or for Restream at this point. It's not coming up with the link to Discord or to YouTube. Well, mostly it's been making chlorine. As long as I can make bleach and sell it for at a decent price, I'm not going to argue. There's 2 million worth of, or 2.5 million worth of bleach right now. And over here is now 6 million worth of it. Into the Starship. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Alright, let's fix this up. That goes there, that goes there. That goes there. This goes with it. There we go. Somebody got me all flustered. Garden Rose, yeah, under, actually if you go to almost any of my videos, including the video of this stream later, there is a Discord link in there. In the description of the chat, or of the video. Currently, it's not very active, but it does get the chats from the videos when all of that works together. So if nothing else, it acts as a chat log. Oops, I'm going to need some more oxygen here. Fortunately, I've got more oxygen. All right. Yes, you can mine oxygen. It's one of the items that will show up if you're doing when you do your scanning. It's one of the gases that will show up, and it's not going to show any nearby hotspots right now because I'm actually far enough away from my oxygen mine that don't have or can't access it directly, or can't see it directly. I got to the point where I put a beacon on the various hotspots before I figure out where to set up my base, because it's when you're that far away from the electricity or the power and gas hotspots, it can be really hard to find them. But oxygen is a great thing to be able to refine or to mine, not just because of the chlorine stuff, but because it multiplies so many other things, including carbon, which it will turn into. Yep, you can get it from hazardous flora too. I'm a little miffed at the hazardous flora quicksilver missions lately. They've dropped me on planet. Sorry about that. They've dropped me on either planets that are chromatic by nature or have chromatic fog, which pretty much amounts to the same thing. You almost can't see what you're looking for. Okay, why are those... Suddenly these are taking a lot longer than they should. Oh, I know why. Because they're all out of oxygen. This is the only one that's going to be running through a full load of oxygen, or a full set again. Alright, now we start the final harvest on these. We're all but that last one. So I've got two bases where I mine or collect oxygen from hotspots. This one and one in Euclid. And at the time, I thought I was going to give up the one in Euclid when I moved over to Hilbert. But they made the changes in Beyond that allowed us to basically keep access to bases we had in Hilbert and actually do things in Hilbert. Oh well, we'll stay inside for a little bit longer while the this finishes up. Boiling monsoons. But it's a really nice world. Other than the hot rain. So, yeah, I've got... Unfortunately, I did not remember to pull the beacon before I got it so wrapped up in gas harvesters that I couldn't find it again, or couldn't pull it out again. But I decided I did not want to clutter up the entire site with the depots. Okay, there's the beacon. Now I don't have the beacon telling everybody where my oxygen mine is. So, still power, I could add another couple more gas harvesters. So rather than sending all of my, or putting all of the depots on, or above ground, I started over here, and we've got some holes yet. And about down the bottom of this one, we've got 5 depots. I could add more, but the space is a little iffy. But fortunately, we've got lots of caves on this planet. Including this one, which is much closer to my base. And has a few more depots in it. And space for more. Okay, the black beacon over there is my local portal. Alright. So you're done with oxygen too. Okay. So what is my... more than halfway filled up. 1875. Alright. We moved it. Oops. Not supposed to do that. Damages your starship. And your freighter. Let's make sure everybody else is in place here. Alright. Hey! You're going to be popular for a few minutes. I've got some stuff for you. How about 150,000 or million units worth of chlorine? That works for you? Works for me. So that's the freighter or the hauler I was just using. This is the hauler that I had from before that. It has... Ooh, I really should run this guy the next time I need to go on a mild run. Matter of fact, I need to take and move some of its contents up into the food inventory. Or cooker inventory. All right. Picked up a bunch of leopard fruit somewhere along the line. Okay. Which of those do I... Alright, we'll just leave them there for now. Those look like they're mostly baits at this point, so I should grab this starship, or yeah, this hauler, next time I go on a tame wild creatures mission. Unfortunately, till I spend some money and get this guy upgraded, he's going to be limited to 3 inventory slots. Although I could probably move some of the tech back into tech, but everything is kind of dependent on other stuff right now, so that doesn't really work well. My favorite little explorer, which has a little bit more space. This should go over here, but it looks like I don't have any space for it, so we'll leave it here. Let's sell this stuff. Just to free up some space in that, or in that exotic, and in my fighter, which is mostly freed up space now. We should probably pull the ammunition from... No, actually I want the ammunition in that hauler. So we should expect somebody to show up in one of these two spots. There we go. A nice little C-25 hauler. Let's see, we've got a little bit of selenium here. There we go. Thought we had something else too. Some Herox? Yeah. Alright. Thank you, dude. Okay. Ah. Well, let's head back over to the anomaly and see if the Nexus has any new missions for us. Probably shouldn't shoot at the anomaly. Might draw attention to it. Yeah, the freighter actually has a white bar down the middle of it, but yeah. The lighting's not right, and it looks like it's solid black. Okay, still no quicksilver missions. Do not need a hypercore. Do not need the Starshield battery. Alright. Well, I suppose I could go off and explore. Or I could go visit the farmer. It's been a couple of days since we chatted, and I've got some plants to harvest. So... although we've got a I think it's a brand new feature with synthesis that I've seen absolutely nobody talking about. I can't do it in this in this save, but I can show it to you in another save if you'd like to see. As a matter of fact, let's do that. I'm going to switch out of this save into my Beyond Save 2. Where I am nowhere near as wealthy, I don't think I've even gotten out of Euclid yet, but I think I've got a much nicer base going on here. Even if I don't have all the bells and whistles that show up in some people's bases. Alright, in my starship. One of my exotics here, and the other of my exotics here. Another yellow fighter. And my favorite explorer at this point. Plus one really nice hauler. Even if it is a B class 42. I can bump that up later. So, well, let's take the Swift Exotic. Okay. Where's my base? Okay, that tells me it's behind me. It is on this planet then. Where is it on this planet? Well, we could always go the other route here.
Warning. Threat detected.
All right. At least I think it's the save. I got 3 saves I've been playing fairly actively. If it's not, we'll switch to the other one. I don't think I've played the third one since I discovered this new feature. Yep, this is the one. Alright, just so people have some idea what this place looks like. Okay, go out through a door then. Alright. I've got a couple of the exocraft over there with my exocraft technician. My storage units. A couple of landing pads. Small farming outfit over here. Way off in that direction, I've got a power center, and then off over here I've got I'm trying to remember what I'm mining over there. It's got a path back to us. And then over here I've got a couple of resource depots and stuff for I think I've got copper here, because that's how I mark that depot. And then over here I've got a couple of cooking facilities. Some more farm stuff. And so on. And then in here I've got my teleporter, science, a medium refiner, our friendly engineer, weapons tech, and farmer, along with the medium or large refiner, and a save point. But what I've found new is actually in the biodomes. So everybody's familiar with you got the biodomes, and with Beyond they killed off 2 of the planters, but at the same time you harvest more per plant than you used to. You used to only get 50, now you get 78. Well, with synthesis they added something. Harvest all plants, and you get everything at once. So you're not spending a lot of time harvesting dozens and dozens of, or a dozen plants from a biodome. You get them all at once. And I haven't got anything planted in this one yet because it's just this is the site that I ran into problems with exceeding the amount of um, exceeding the build complexity. But hey, I like my building. It's a ready source of the hydrogen if I need it. And it's set up all on stilts so I don't ever run into problems with the terrain growing inside of it again. There are still issues. Trying to get things to line up nicely, but hey. Alright, let's see, I've got a full suit now, so let's move things into inventory, or into storage. One of the things that did break with what does it need? Living, oh, water jets. Probably not going to find it here. One of the things that did break with this was the amount of power going into the storage containers broke off of the storage containers. And it's one of those things that I think is going to have to be fixed. But probably not today by me. Well, actually, for the base, it's fixed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to access storage. No idea why I couldn't find my base before. Except that I'm not seeing my base marker down here right now. That is weird. Ah. It's because I've got a beacon that's overriding my base icon. Alright. Let's go get some nanites for what work I've done so far on here. I'm not going to complain if somebody falls asleep. After all, I've noted a few times that there are some boring parts to my gameplay. I don't think they're boring, but I don't expect everybody else or anybody else not to. Okay, that's those guys. There we go. Let's go with bread. I hang on to the enzymes fluid. Oh, good. So I got 10 that time. So 40 that time. And 70 that time. $60, $70. That should be 40, yep. And nothing. Okay. And it'll be 40 or something. That'll be 40. That's 70. That should be 40. 29, I think, that time. Okay, so just so we're all on the same sheet of music, I'm not starting out at this point, but I've got 1,600, almost 1,700 of the nanite clusters. 80. That'll be another 40. That'll be another 40. Not sure, I think that was 10. Oh, well, because it was enzyme fluid. Basically, you're getting a random number generator, or selecting how many nanites you get, with options being 0, 10. Not sure if 20 is an option or not. Might be 40, 80, and 120 or 129. Oh, 0, 10, 6, 40, 70, and 129. He's not liking my bread much. Well, okay. Got his respect this time. All right. We are out of bread. So we were at 1669 nanites or clusters earlier. We are now at 3,980. Almost 4,000 nanite clusters. Let's see. Fiery vegetable stew. I do think that what you end up with, credits-wise, or nanites-wise, may depend upon how difficult it is to make, how many steps you have to go through to make whatever it is you provide him. I wonder if the developers did that. If I were developing the game, I might select something like the carbon nanotubes and set it up so that if I selected the carbon nanotubes, it would rate or affect all subsequent ratings. Hello, Gemini. It has been a while. You're quite welcome. Take care. Hello, Esperus. And you have a wonderful day. Do not think I've got anything for Helios or Ares here, but we can check. Yeah, data of planets. So 15 nanites, okay. Hello, Ares. Yep, apparently I have nothing for you. Alright. Alright, well, I'm going to call it a day. If I remember right, this character does not have access to Nexus yet. No, I do. Okay. No, not worried about that for this point. So my exploits got me 5,000 nanite clusters for what little cooking I showed off. Back to base. And I think I'll pop up to the freighter again. Nah, I'll just go hop on, go hit the save point, and I'm going to call it a day. Hey, it's been great chatting with people. I do hope you had a good time. For parents in the area, this is not a all ages game. It is a teen rated game, so teens and above are expected to be people playing. Do our best to keep that in mind when talking or when showing this program. I very much enjoy playing. I'm not a teen anymore. I'm not a toddler. I'm not any of that. I understand that some people or some parents think their children should be able to start things like this much earlier than a teen-rated game suggests you should. That's okay. And sorry, the yellow or the blue dots and stuff will be in there. Basically, we're doing our best to make sure that you enjoy the environment and enjoy the game. I'm going to let you go. I've had a good day. Got a few things done. So I thank you very much for watching, and come on back anytime. I do expect that tomorrow I will be playing the Windows version. I've got a save that needs to get further along, but part of that is going to be sending it back to, or sending the character back to where they came from, just to pick up some stuff that it can use now before we move on to finding another a new planet or a new, how do I say it? I got to warp into three or four more systems before I can get my freighter, and I want to have some things in place before I do that. And I have no guarantee I'll be able to do those on those three planet systems at this time. So we're going to see what we can do, and from here for now, we'll see where we are tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.